Hi everyone, it's Alisa Tilsner from Australia. I'm a Stampin' Up Demonstrator. Today I'm going to show you another colouring video. This one's a little bit different. I haven't done this technique for so many years. I just had to have a little play with it and see if it worked. So today I'll be using the lovely lily pad, which is a Bration level 1 stamp set. You can also get a set of dies to match these, and that is a level 2 Bration. And these are reversibles, but I'm not going to be using the reversible side of this to colour it in. I am going to be using something a little bit different. So I'll show you the card first. So here it is. It's just a little 10 by 10.5 centimetre square card, just a little happy birthday one, and I've coloured in with my Stampin Write markers. Okay, so these are the water-based markers that Stampin' Up have had for years that I have not pulled out of my cupboard for years. So let's get started on how to colour these. So I've already stamped my image, I've already stamped my lily and my lily pad. So let's get started on colouring. I'll just zoom in. Now I am using watercolour paper, the fluid watercolour paper, and I have my Stampin' Write markers. So I've got Blushing Bride and Melon Mambo, and also for the green I've got Pear Pizzazz and Old Olive. So I will do a couple of petals for you from the flower, and then I will speed ahead and so that we don't take too long. Now, a few things. You'll need your trusty water rag beside you. Now, the other thing is that in the last couple of water videos, like colouring videos that I've done, I have said that I like my barrel to be like half full so that the water doesn't flood too much. This time, I do want a little bit of water. I don't want it dripping wet, but I do need a little bit more water for this technique. Okay, so you'll need that as well. And I have stamped with Stays On. Make sure I'm in the right area for you so you can see. It would just be a shame to finish the video and realize I wasn't in screen. So I am using Stays on fluid watercolor paper with my Stampin' Write markers. I'm going to be using the brush end of both of them. I'm just going to take the lids off and do a little bit of multitasking here. Get everything ready. Now I don't want my water pen sopping wet, but I do want it a little bit wet. Okay, so first of all I'm going to lay down just some colour. Depending on how much dark you put down compared to how much light you put down is what's going to change the colour of, like, determine the colour of your finished product, I should say. Trying to get my words out. So then I am just using, make sure I'm in screen, I'm just using my aqua painter to just blend those two colours together. I'll wipe off my pen and then drag that colour, this is where you need a little bit more water, drag that colour to the tip so that it's nice and light. So you can see, I don't know whether you can see that that's actually quite wet for this technique, and it's just a matter of playing around. So last night I only had a little bit of Melon Mambo and quite a bit of the Blushing Bride, and it was quite a pale pink lily, but I wanted it to be a little bit deeper, so I went back over a couple of the petals and just deepened them up, because I'd found that I was adding more of the darker pink as I was colouring my way through. So again, just blend those two, and like I said, this is where you need the water. You don't want so much that you're flooding, but you want enough that you're going to get a nice blend on. And it does look a little bit liney, I'll say. I don't know how else to explain it. You can sort of see the lines while it's wet, but once it dries, they seem to disappear. So it is a little bit more forgiving. So I'm going to zoom ahead for you guys. I'll continue to colour, and I'll put this on the high speed for you, and because it's all pretty much the same. Okay, there is my flower done. It looks a bit blotchy at the moment, but don't worry, when it dries it will settle down. Now, one thing I did forget to mention is that when you colour in, do each petal separately, because if you try and lay down all of one colour first, you will find that when you go back to add your water, the colour will have, the ink in it will have actually dried and you won't be able to get that little bit of flow going. Okay, so for the, where am I going? For the lily pad, I'm just going to put down some old olive first and then some pear pizzazz. To about that far. I won't need to speed this up because it won't take very long, and then just push that colour into the centre. Blend it around a little bit, and you'll find that some colours will tend to want to react a lot more, and if your markers are quite new, like if they're not dry, mind you, I haven't used these for years. I haven't pulled them out and they're still pretty good. I think they might have been on the newer side. I stocked up on all my colours when they stopped selling them individually, but so they've still lasted. I was really happy. So you just pull all that colour together, join them up, push that around. I love how you can just manipulate where the colour goes. And there you have your lily pad. So that was really quick. Okay, so that's how quick and easy you can, you know, put in a third colour if you wanted to do a little bit more detail with colours. I'll just bring the card back in. So to finish it off, whoops, I need to pull back a little bit. To finish it off, I just used the Label Me Bold stamp set for the happy birthday, and the background I have used my makeup brushes. These ones here, if you haven't seen them, they're just from Kmart. And I started off with Pool Party, and then I layered on some Pacific Point over the top. Please note that when you do that, it does change the colour of the darker one first. So this is straight Pacific Point, and this one is like overlaid on top. You could do them in separate layers if you want. Like you could start with your dark one first and then blend in some Pool Party, and that will give you more of this colour, but I've done it over the top, which has sort of changed it a little bit, but I don't mind. And a double bow around it, and then just some of the epoxy dots in the frosted ones, and that is my card finished. So hopefully you enjoy yet another style of colouring. I think I've done I've done the two cakes and now this style, so I'll have to try and see what other methods of colouring I can come up with. Okay, thanks very much for watching, and if you've enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, bye.